0817 923 0003. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. Now, interesting, some of you have already started sending me your power updates. Yes, and your complaints. In fact, there's a very big one that we have to address this morning. In fact, two of those comments we have to address this morning. I will do my best to explain and also try not to pass the wrong information, as I'll be leaning very heavily on the PhD X handle. All right, so keep them coming, and let me get my page open talking about my email. All right, let me get it open so that I can start to collate those messages. Okay, all right. Thank you, as always, for being part of it. So by 10 o'clock, we have that segment up and running. All right, back to you right now. And message. All right, this one here says, Jude, good morning. I think the major problem we have here is respect. We don't respect and value each other. Every Nigerian sees the opportunity to look down on each other as the process to establish dominance. And so, how Madam no go shout for cook when she too has been shouted by somebody at work? Everybody's looking for a space to establish dominance. I like that. So, Madam gets shouted out by somebody, like say her office manager or something. She comes home and then boom, you shout at the house girl. Yes, you shout at the house girl because you pay her salary, you determine the welfare. And that's another thing. Let me say this before I forget, please. I understand that the economy right now is not great. In fact, Nigeria's economy has not been great for 20, 30 years, right? But this time around, it's more people who are struggling to meet the very basic requirements. I understand that. And so, if someone can pay you, I think I'm not an economist, but maybe that's the reason why labor seems cheaper. Because more people are looking for the small jobs or the small amount of jobs so that they can feed their family. And so, hey, you go do or you not go do. If you not do, come out. So labor becomes cheaper. People would undervalue their services so that they can get something. In local parlance, aton and wish. So it's better to get something than to get nothing. But at what cost? Because every single day, and sometimes I see it in the eyes of these laborers, I see it in the eyes of the electricians, the plumbers. There's a sadness, there's a heaviness. I can't explain it to you, ladies and gentlemen. I really can't. And I don't know if anybody else has experienced this. But if you've ever engaged with a cleaner, a plumber, an electrician, an engineer, even a driver. Yes, we know some of the e-hailing drivers have very, terrible attitudes. And I understand that. But sometimes, look at their faces. I like to look at the faces of people I'm engaged with. And I see pain. It's not easy. Trust me, I understand. Okay, all right. What's up now? All right. This one says Nigerians may not seem to value service providers due to a combination of factors, including poor service delivery, corruption, a lack of consumer awareness and action. Many customers tolerate poor services due to the apathy or fear of retribution rather than demanding accountability from service providers. It's true. Additionally, inadequate training and a perceived disconnect between promotional efforts and daily realities contribute to frustration and a lack of trust. It says, God bless. This is from Mr. Zion. Oh, really? Is it the same Zion that called us, or is this another Zion? I don't know. There's so many of them these days. All right, this one here says, good morning, Mr. Jude. Rukwaku Road. Okay, all right. Chooks, thank you. This is another power complaint. I'll keep this up on this space, and we'll get to address them later on. All right, so don't forget the power complaints come through just after the 10 o'clock news. We get to read them. We're going to talk about them. In fact, like I said, I had two very heavy ones in front of me right now, and I will be sending out the messages to those who need to hear them. Right, they really need to hear them. All right, we'll take a quick break very shortly. It's still part of our throwback, ladies and gentlemen. Have yourself a good morning. It's the 90.3 Nigeria Info.
You know, boss that is.